Hello, everyone, and welcome back to GeoCortex AI's official YouTube channel. Before we begin today's topic, let's quickly connect everything we've learned so far in GIS. In previous modules, we explored how GIS represents and manages geographic information. We learned about coordinate systems and how GIS uses latitude, longitude, projections, and datums to accurately place location pins on Earth. We explored map projections and discovered how GIS transforms the curved Earth into flat maps for analysis. Then we moved into georeferencing and spatial alignment, where GIS learns how to connect maps, satellite imagery, and scan datasets to real-world coordinates. We also explored geometric transformations, ground control points, RMPC, and how GIS corrects distortions in spatial data. So far, we focused mainly on preparing and aligning data correctly. But once GIS data is properly aligned, a new challenge appears. How do we actually understand the data? How do we identify patterns, relationships, movement, or trends hidden inside massive datasets? That is where data visualization becomes essential. So let's start today's module. When people hear GIS, they usually think about maps, but modern GIS is much more than just mapping. It's also about understanding data visually. Because raw numbers alone are difficult to interpret, but when data is visualized correctly, complex information suddenly becomes understandable. In this video, we'll explore the major data visualization options available in Insights for ArcGIS. We'll understand what each chart or map does, when to use it, and how related visualizations connect. And don't worry if you're a beginner. We'll explain everything step by step in a smooth and organized way. Section 1. Understanding data visualization. Before exploring charts and maps, we first need to understand something important. Different visualizations answer different questions. In GIS and analytics, most visualizations are designed to help us understand one of 5 major things: distribution, change, interaction, relationships, part-to-whole proportions. For example, if we want to understand how data spreads, we analyze distribution. If we want to understand trends over time, we analyze change. If we want to understand movement between places, we analyze interaction. So visualization is not random. The chart you choose depends on the question you are trying to answer. And throughout this video, you'll notice that many charts are related to each other. Section 2. Distribution visualizations. What is distribution? Distribution simply means how data is arranged. This arrangement can be numerical or spatial. Histogram. One of the most common distribution charts is the histogram. A histogram shows the distribution of a numeric variable. It groups values into ranges called bins, and the height of each bar shows how many values fall inside that range. Example: a histogram may show how many people fall into different age groups. Histograms help identify clustering, frequency concentration, and unusual patterns in data. Box plot. Another distribution tool is the box plot. A box plot summarizes data using median, quartiles, minimum and maximum values, outliers. Unlike histograms, box plots focus more on statistical summaries. Example: a researcher comparing exam scores across schools could use box plots to compare distributions. So histograms and box plots are closely related, but they visualize distribution differently. Heat chart. A heat chart visualizes frequency using colors inside a matrix. Each cell represents a value, and color intensity represents magnitude. When time is included, heat charts become powerful for identifying temporal patterns. For example, a business may analyze customer activity by hour and day using a heat chart. Density or heat map. Now let's move from chart-based distribution to spatial distribution. A density or heat map calculates concentrations across geographic space. It transforms scattered events into a continuous visual surface. For example, a city may use density maps to identify accident hotspots. So, heat charts and density maps are conceptually connected, but one focuses on matrix intensity, while the other focuses on geographic concentration. Section 3. Change over time. Line graph. One of the best visualizations for change over time is the line graph. Line graphs show continuous numeric values across a sequence. They help reveal trends, increases, decreases, and fluctuations. Example: a climate scientist may track yearly temperature changes using a line graph. Data clock. A data clock also analyzes temporal data, but in a circular format. This makes repeating patterns easier to observe. Example: a transportation department may analyze traffic activity during different hours of the day. Data clocks work especially well for cyclical behavior. Combo chart. A combo chart combines two graph types. They share the same x-axis but display different data sets simultaneously. Example: a city may compare rainfall using bars while showing flood incidents using a line graph. So combo charts are closely related to line graphs but allow deeper comparison between data sets. Section 4. Comparison visualizations. Bar graph. A bar graph compares categories using horizontal or vertical bars. The larger the bar, the larger the value. Example: a company may compare product sales using a bar graph. Bubble chart. Bubble charts represent values using circle size. They can display multiple variables simultaneously. Example: a population study may compare cities using bubble size to represent population. Tree map. A tree map displays hierarchical data as proportions. Larger rectangles represent larger values. This allows users to understand both structure and proportion. Section 5. Map-based visualizations. Graduated symbol map. A graduated symbol map shows quantitative differences using symbol size. Example: cities with larger populations may appear with larger circles. Choropleth map. A choropleth map colors geographic regions based on values. These maps should use normalized data rather than raw counts. Example: population density works better than total population. Unique symbol map. A unique symbol map displays qualitative categories. Example: a land use map may use different colors for forests, agriculture, and urban areas. Spider lines. Spider lines, also called desire lines, show movement between origins and destinations. Example: a transportation study may show commuting patterns between cities. These are strongly connected to interaction analysis. Section 6. Relationship visualizations. A scatter plot analyzes relationships between two numeric variables. It helps identify correlation, clusters, and outliers. Example: a researcher may compare income and education levels. A chord diagram visualizes interrelationships between categories. Curved connections reveal how categories relate to one another. Example: a trade network may show product movement between countries. Chord diagrams are closely related to spider lines, but focus more on relationships than geographic movement. Section 7. Part-to-whole visualizations. Donut charts. Donut charts show proportions of categories within a whole. For example, a company may show market share percentages using a donut chart. Tree map connection. Tree maps are also part-to-whole visualizations, but unlike donut charts, they additionally show hierarchical structure. So, throughout this video, we explored how Insights for ArcGIS provides many powerful visualization tools. We learned that different visualizations answer different analytical questions. Histograms and box plots analyze distribution. Line graphs and data clocks analyze change. Scatter plots analyze relationships. Spider lines and chord diagrams analyze interaction. Donut charts and tree maps analyze proportions. And maps themselves become powerful analytical tools when combined with visualization techniques. The key idea is simple. There is no single best visualization. The best visualization depends on the story the data needs to tell, and that's why data visualization is such an important part of GIS, because good visualizations transform raw data into understandable insight. If you actually want to learn GIS and want access to step-by-step tutorials, I have designed a complete practical course that will take you from concepts to real projects and applications right here on GeoCortex AI's official YouTube channel. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share with like-minded people. Also, comment down below if you have a video request. We'll see you in the next one.